Hi, and welcome to My Story with Care Credit. We all have stories, but what makes these stories unique is that they are about people who are able to get life-changing treatment, procedures, or medical care for themselves, their family, and their pets. All of the people featured on My Story with Care Credit did it with their Care Credit credit card. Care Credit is a leading national healthcare credit card that can enable you to get many of the procedures and treatments you want now and pay over time with everyday promotional financing on purchases of $200 or more. Care Credit is accepted at hundreds of thousands of locations nationwide to pay for care whenever you need and want it. I'm your host, Amy Freena, and I'm excited to introduce you to a Care Credit cardholder whose commitment to the care and wellness of his 3 dogs ended with one of them being the poster child for a very special surgical procedure. This is a fascinating story you don't want to miss.
Hi, I'm James, and this is Harper. We've been a Care Credit member for about a year now. About a year ago, Harper was diagnosed with severe elbow dysplasia to the point in the course of about 2 weeks, she was completely immobile. And it was hard for her to go out to the backyard, go potty, and literally have to lay down immediately. That's how bad her elbows were. She was putting on weight. She could not go for her walks. She loves to go for her daily walks. And it was just too hard to see her that way. And we were faced with that tough decision. What do we do? So our vet recommended we go visit a surgeon, and that surgeon said one of our options, even though it's not a guaranteed, was to do stem cell surgery. It was very scary. We didn't know how we were going to be able to afford it, and not knowing if it was even going to work. As we were sitting in the waiting room, we saw the Care Credit flyer, and we thought, well, maybe this might be an option. And we were approved, and she had surgery in less than a week later. And then literally in a day, she was up and walking. Within a period of a week, she was running. So it was absolutely incredible. It was just all meant to be. And we're just very thankful for Care Credit and everyone that's been involved. She's a great dog. And her next task is she's going to go through training to be a therapy dog for sick children and for elderly. And so now that she's gotten a green light from all the vets and everyone, we're gonna go down that road with her to give back. Having Care Credit there and offering us the ability to literally put her back on her feet was amazing, and we're so thankful for it. And we recommend it to people every day. It's just a tremendous service, and we're so thankful. Thank you, Care Credit, for helping Harper and helping our family to get her back on her feet and to enjoying life as she is meant to be.
Hey, I'm Amy, and we are live in the studio today with James. How you doing?
Great, thank you.
All right, so we are here to talk to him a little bit about his Care Credit story, and I would like to begin right at the beginning.
Okay.
How did you hear about Care Credit?
Well, we were faced with a dilemma. Harper, our female Newfoundland Landseer dog, was diagnosed with severe elbow dysplasia.
Oh, no.
And to the point where over the course of 2 weeks, she became immobile. So we were faced with a very tough decision of what do we do. We realized there was an option, but it was a very expensive option. And we just were, there's only one way in our family, is to always take care of animals.
Absolutely.
So what were we going to do? Whatever. But luckily, in the waiting room of the specialty surgeon, we found a Care Credit pamphlet.
All right. That's wonderful. So you were actually at the vet. You had brought Harper, right?
Right.
You had brought Harper in to kind of figure out what the problem was, or you had already known?
We already knew. She was x-rayed, and it was very clearly evident it was severe elbow dysplasia. Even though both her parents were cleared, it was a fast onset, and yeah, like I said, over the course of 2 weeks, she was to the point where at first she was running, being a normal puppy, to the point that she would go outside, go potty, and have to lay down because she could not move anymore.
Oh my gosh.
And it was very tough. It was very
Heartbreaking.
very heartbreaking for our family. Yes. So, but because of Care Credit, Care Credit honestly helped get Harper back on her feet, and we're so thankful. And we tell people about it all the time.
Wow, literally got her back on her feet.
Literally. Yeah.
So you were there at the vet, you applied, you got approved.
We were approved, and like I said, it was immediate, and
Awesome.
the funding was there. We didn't even have the card yet, but we gave them the printout paper at the specialty surgeons. They took it. A couple days later, they scraped her liver for the fat. They processed.
Oh my
Yeah, she
gosh.
had 56 staples in her stomach.
Wow.
They scraped the fat from around her liver. They processed it somehow down in San Diego, and then 2 days later they injected it under her elbows, and a day later she's walking.
You are kidding me.
That's the true story.
Wow.
Right?
I'm a little bit speechless. I mean, that's just incredible. First of all, I didn't know about that procedure.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not my field, but how incredible to have something. I mean, it's got to be so disheartening to see your pet, your loved one, having such a hard
Right.
time, and then again having a financial.
Yeah, we didn't know
Burden.
what to do. I mean, we could have, obviously we would have found a way, but that for us made it that much faster, right on the spot, able to get it done. So,
Wow.
and if it would, because it was only a course of 2 weeks, if we would have waited another week, another two, who knows how bad it could have really gotten for
Oh
her.
my
So it was great. It
gosh.
was just, everything worked out. It was a blessing.
Sounds like it. And like you said, she's back on her feet and she's her old self.
Yep.
How long ago was this?
This was November of last year, so just 13 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you said you recommend it to all your friends and family.
Yeah, Care Credit,
Care Credit, the
absolutely.
Care Credit credit card.
Absolutely.
If you could write a review on just your entire experience with Care Credit, what would you say?
Amazing. Amazing.
One word, 5 stars.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, the whole, so many people would be in a position like ours with a dog that may not be able to provide for that dog. And
Right.
unfortunately, so many end up in shelters or end up worse. But for us to be able to offer our dog that type of procedure, which was new and it worked, and to the point now where everybody is using her as a spokesperson almost because it's worked so tremendously. And it's great. We're able to help get the word out with everyone involved. I mean, Care Credit, provided us the funding. Then there's the surgeons, there's everyone, the stem cell company, there's everyone involved that's done an amazing job. But first and foremost, Care Credit was there to enable us to get it done.
Gosh. I love how passionate you are about it, and I love that it just did such great things for you and your loved ones, and obviously for Harper.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with all your passion, I have to ask you, is Harper your one and only?
No, we spread our love between 3.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, we have another Newfoundland Lancier
Okay.
boy who we rescued about 2 months after Harper had surgery. So it's enabled her to have her alpha female status and able to boss a little boy around. And we also have the true boss, which is Finn, our Cavalier King Charles.
Oh my gosh.
And so yeah, three is what the county says we're allowed to have, and 3 is
Oh.
what we have.
Okay. That sounds wonderful. So do you have any plans in the future to possibly use your Care Credit credit card again?
Absolutely. Finn our Cavalier King Charles is facing dental surgery. Cavaliers are known for bad teeth, and we're exploring. We just found out that our vet does take Care Credit for teeth procedures, so we're probably going to use the Care Credit to get his teeth fixed.
How does the promotional financing kind of lift the burden for you guys?
I don't know. There's not too many places that will give you that kind of credit terms, so we're
No.
very fortunate. And like I said, everything has worked out. Everything's been a blessing. It just all the pieces fell into place to allow us to give her life back. And in turn, we're doing everything we can to help spread the word about those that helped get her back to where she is.
Right.
And we're going to take it a step further now. In these next few months, she's going to become certified to be a therapy dog. And we're going
Really?
to be taking her to elderly and to sick children here by summertime is our goal. So
How
we're
wonderful.
paying it back.
Thank you so much for sharing your
No
story
worries.
with
Thank
us.
you.
We really appreciate it. It's great to hear that Harper is back on her feet and that James is helping to spread the word about this amazing procedure. Remember, Care Credit is a leading national healthcare credit card that can enable you to get many of the procedures and treatments you want now and pay over time with everyday promotional financing on purchases of $200 or more. Care Credit is accepted at hundreds of thousands of locations nationwide to pay for care whenever you need and want it. If you are interested in applying for a Care Credit credit card or would like to find a provider in your area who accepts Care Credit, visit us at carecredit.com.